Uh, uh, uh. Cosmic Mind UV is where you need to be. Who is slash was Masa Musa, Mansa Musa. Salute the Empress Star. Take you far no matter where you are. She got a great topic for Who You With Wednesday coming up this week. Make sure you support the channel, man. You know, I'm gonna keep saying that shit, you know, until the subscriptions get up. The goal is 500 subscribers. And you know, donate to the channel, man. Make sure you share the material. Um, no matter how much you and your feelings about my tone, any of that shit, man. Yo, one thing I'm learning, man, when you in the middle of a war, baby, you can't be sensitive, man. You hear what I said? When you in the middle of a war, you cannot be sensitive, fam. You hear me? Psychological, nutritional, whatever type of war it is, you hear me? Economical war, you can't just be all soft and friendly and shit. That's what's wrong with us. That's why they look at black people as pushovers as it is, fam. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's a whole nother live, man. Cause yeah, man. Yeah, man. Psychologically inferior, fam. That's what we acting like. All right, so peace and abundance. Where the fuck my music go at? All right. But yeah, man, we gonna knock this out. We gonna be brief on this show, man. You know what I mean? We gonna be brief on who Masa Musa was. Hopefully this does something for you like all the other presentations for the nation. And let me go share it and I'll be right back. Matter of fact, I might not even share it. I'll share it after we get finished, man. You know, I'm just ready to get to it so we can get to the next show. We might have a couple more shows coming up today. And yeah, that's it, man. That's just what it is, baby. All right, let's go. Hopefully you share this because I'm just gonna go ahead and knock this out. Mansa Musa also a 10th century was the 10th century emperor of the Mali Empire. Salute the Mali and Burkina Faso and Nigeria. You know what I mean? What they doing right now, you hear me? It's only right, you hear me? And he is widely regarded. Hold on, give me a second. All right, here we go. He's widely regarded as one of the wealthiest individuals in world history. In world history, but he's very seldom even fucking mentioned and talked about. But anyway, title Mansa, which means king of kings. End quote. Ain't a man, Mansa. And the religious, they told y'all some other shit meant king of kings. You hear me? Empire, the Mali Empire, West Africa, one of the largest and richest empires in African history. So it only makes sense that, you know what I mean, they want to do their own thing. You know, they want to extract themselves from colonization and all of the fuck ass freeloading off their natural resources. So again, salute to Mali, salute to Burkina Faso, salute to Nigeria, kicking all them fucking colonizers out of y'all shit from freeloading off of your motherfucking natural resources, man. Why Mansa Musa famous? Unmatched wealth. His wealth came from massive gold reserves and salt mines and control over trade routes. Modern economists estimate his net worth would be in the hundreds of billions of dollars today. His empire produced more than half of the world's gold at the time. More than half of the world. So they had to get rid of him. You know what I mean? He got too much control, fam. He got too much leverage. You see? So that's why they want to get rid of Ibram Traore. It's the same shit, fam. Anytime you get some actual leverage and economic leverage. Hey, hold on for a second. Legendary Mecca, 1324 CE. So this is before that Jesus shit was even created. You know what I mean? That's why I keep saying, like, it's so many great stuff to know before this Jesus shit was even around, fam. You hear what I said, man? Before the letter J was even created, fam. Anyway, traveled with tens of thousands of soldiers, slaves, scholars, and attendants. Brought over 100 camels, each carrying hundreds of pounds of pure gold. Gave away so much gold. He gave away so much gold in Egypt that it crashed the local economy. This nigga, him giving away the shit made the shit crash. That's because everybody was straight. You feel me? That's what they don't like. They don't. They look. That's why I say they got to keep you poor, my nigga, in order to stay on the rat race. You hear me? So because if they what if they paid you a living wage, that will make the what their current economy crash. You hear me? So they're not gonna do nothing to make the economy crash for over a decade. Did you hear that? That crashed the local economy for over a decade. So they got to get rid of this man. They got to get rid of something like that. That nigga's a conglomerate, man. He's a juggernaut, my nigga. He was a juggernaut, still is. Builder of cities and education for the near shot. Commissioned mosques, libraries, universities, especially in Timbuktu. That's what it's calling me to. Another place, Timbuktu, been calling me to. Turning into a major center of Islamic learning. Brought scholars, architects, and artists from across the Muslim and world of Mali. Legacy helped make Mali famous worldwide, appeared on 14th century European maps. Ain't that some shit? I wonder what the map's looking like now. Timbuktu became a legendary city of learning and trade. Inspire. I wonder why we don't hear more on Timbuktu, huh? Anyway, a lot of us didn't even know that the word Timbuktu was even a word, a real place. Clueless as fuck. Inspired global interest in West Africa and showed the power and sophistication of African empires. Why he matters for Black history. Mansa Musa is proof that Africa was rich. Hold on. In culture, power, and wealth, long before colonization. Long before colonization. Niggas over here, all the niggas relate to and talk about most of the time is slavery, and all this other shit. My niggas don't talk about shit what happened before we created the European. One, two, three, four. Counters stereotypes. Did y'all hear that word stereotypes? That doesn't mean judgment because y'all, I'm telling y'all, a lot of y'all be using the wrong word for what you trying to articulate or attempting to articulate. Counter stereotypes that Africa was always poor or underdeveloped. Stereotypes, not judgments. Represents Black excellence, leadership, economic strategy, excuse me, and cultural pride. Mansa Musa is important to Black men and youth because he represents a legacy of power, wisdom, wealth, and dignity that often gets erased or ignored or just not prioritized by niggas. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Because all niggas hold on to is slavery and this bullshit. You know what I mean? He's the reason why you love gold so much. A lot of us, why we so attracted to shiny things and gold and shit. You hear me? Not only is it in your melanin DNA and all that shit, it's because of your great ancestors. Man, you may have said Mansa Musa was our great ancestor. You know what I mean? You got great ancestor rulers, nigga. Often gets erased or ignored in mainstream education. But that's who fault is that? It's up to the teachers and the facilitators to implement certain shit that's needed. You feel me? We should know by now what this place is. You hear me? When it comes to that facility system, you feel me? We should know what it is by now, like thoroughly know what it is by now. His story is a direct reminder that Black greatness existed and thrived. Not just existed, bitch. Cause y'all love to say we was here first. We was thriving first, hope. We won't just here. just taking up space, because that's what a lot of you niggas be doing. Y'all just be around taking up space, huh? We wasn't just around taking up space. We were thriving out this bitch. We ain't need no damn European bitch. That's what I keep telling y'all. That's what makes me so irritated. Now to go from that to you just so heavily dependent on Caucasoids. This shit is crazy. That don't seem frustrating to you? Maybe not. Anyway, black greatness existed and thrived long before slavery. Do you hear that? Long before slavery, colonization, or oppression. This is what Cosmic Mind UV is here for, man. We got to start brightening up these goddamn it. We keep talking about shadow work. That's part of the shadow work. To turn the lights on to your actual motherfucking history of not just being no goddamn it slaves. And some people say that just was a motherfucking story they created just to keep your ass mentally motherfucking what? Psychologically inferior, nigga. Huh? But anyway, while Masa Musa matters to black men and youth, restores knowledge of true history. Many black youth grow up without learning about powerful African rulers. Mansa Musa shows that black leadership and brilliance are ancient, not new. Black leadership and brilliance are ancient, not new. So you know what I mean? Black power, black excellence, man. This shit ain't nothing new, bro. That's what I'm saying. We be celebrating mediocrity. You know what I mean? We be celebrating shit that we supposed to be doing. Anyway, knowing that someone with African roots once ruled one of the richest and most advanced empires on earth helps heal historical amnesia. So we think. All right. Symbol of black male power and leadership. He was a visionary. Oh man, there's my word, visionary, strategist, and builder. His reign proves that black men can lead, govern, and build empires and leave a legacy that shapes the world, inspires wealth building and ownership. Mansa Musa controlled natural resources, trade routes, and currency. Talk about some fucking power. Yeah, they got to get rid of somebody like him, fam. Fuck yeah, man. They can't leave that man, goddamn it, doing that shit, man. And then y'all act like y'all surprised they want to get Ibram Traore. Come on, man. That ain't nothing but a physical ascendant of Mansa Musa. A lot of these beings y'all seeing, even with salute to Julian Brown too, man. Salute to Julian Brown, the kid with the Nehru with the plastiline. He's disappeared all of a sudden. Do you see how this shit goes? He's disappeared all of a sudden. Do you see how this shit goes? Anyway, he teaches black men and youth to think about ownership, generational wealth, and economic sovereignty. Promotes education and or knowledge and spiritual growth. He invested in schools, libraries, and religious institutions. Black boys and men can take pride in scholarship, intellect, and spiritual responsibility as part of their legacy. Counters negative stereotypes, not judgments, negative stereotypes. Do I keep telling y'all gotta, if you gonna play with this bastard ass language, you at least gotta know what the fuck you saying. You hear me? Mansa Musa, Mansa Musa stories challenges the global image of black men as only athletes, entertainers, or laborers. So I keep telling you niggas, you more than just some good ass workers. But that's what a lot of you niggas have been minimalized to. Just good old boys. You hear me? Good old worker bee ass niggas. You hear me? He represents black men as kings, thinkers, and world changers, nigga. You hear me? Negus, negus, negus. Key message for black men and youth. And so this is again yet another show where I'm talking directly to black men. So a lot of people will say, oh, he don't never talk about black men. He don't never bring them up. That means you don't watch my shit thoroughly enough. Because I told you, everybody get this work. Children, elders, black men, ancestors, everybody. You come from greatness, not poverty. You are heirs to empires, not just survivors of struggle. Ain't it, man? That's the message, ain't it, man? That's a hell of a message. Masa Musa an overview. Masa Musa overview for black men and youth. Who was Mansa Musa? Mansa Musa was a 10th century emperor, Mali Empire, West Africa, ruling 1312 to 1337. He didn't even have long rule because they had to get rid of him. That shit wasn't even that long. They had to hurry up and get rid of him. What my nigga saying, lean on me expeditiously. They had to get rid of him expeditiously. He is considered the richest human. You hear that? He's considered the richest human being in recorded history. So how is this not told to our children? How is this not told to your children in school? It said human. It didn't say man. It said human. That means nobody had more wealth than him anywhere. with wealth with wealth built on Mali's vast gold and salt reserves. Again, this is why you see currently the U.S. wanting to sabotage and undermine Burkina Faso, Mali, and Nigeria, and its strategic position in global trade routes. His reign made Mali one of the most powerful and culturally advanced empires in the world. That's what is like the for masculine energy to move when you activate it. You hear me? Yeah, man, that's what it's all about. You got to change the trajectory of what the fuck going on, nigga. Not just fucking play in the shit that's going on. He is important to black men and youth, restoring black history and identity. Mansa Musa's story helps correct historical narratives that erase African or indigenous greatness. His proof that African or indigenous people built empires, led global economies, and created centers of knowledge long before colonization and enslavement. Learning about him restores cultural pride and historical confidence. Model of black leadership and power, Mansa Musa represents the highest level of leadership, strategy, and influence. As a black man who ruled, that's why I say we rulers, nigga. We rulers by nature, nigga. Negus, with wisdom and vision, he sets a powerful example that black men can lead nations, manage wealth, and shape world history. Ain't it, man? Inspiration for wealth building. Mansa Musa wasn't just rich, he overstood resource control. Ain't it, man? Long-term planning and economic legacy. He inspires black men and youth today to pursue financial independence, entrepreneurship, and generational wealth, not just personal success. Champion of education and on knowledge and spirituality. He invested heavily in education, religion, culture, culture, building schools, libraries, mosques, especially in Timbuktu. This shows that knowledge and spiritual grounding are just valuable as money. Knowledge and spiritual grounding are just as valuable as money. And that's why they say the first knowledge and shit came from Timbuktu, ain't it, man? Black youth can look to him as a role model for mental, spiritual, and intellectual growth, countering stereotypes, not judgments, stereotypes. In a world that often limits male identity to struggle, violence, or entertainment, Mansa Musa offers a powerful counter image, a king, scholar, traveler, and builder of nations. His story encourages black youth to see themselves as creators of legacy, not just products of hardship. Key takeaway: Mansa Musa legacy teaches black men and youth. You come from royalty, not just resistance. Ain't it, man? Your roots include empires, not just enslavement. Ain't it, man? You are destined to lead. Did you hear that shit, man? Not just be no fucking peasant ass worker. Build and elevate your people, fam. Huh? Man, yes, Mansa Musa had multiple wives. You know what I mean? For you niggas that still is on monogamy. You hear me? Before the word monogamy was a word, nigga. Niggas. Yes, Mansa Musa had multiple wives. as was contemporary for many African kings, emperors of the time, especially Mali Empire, where polygyny, having multiple wives, was practicing among ruling class and nobility. Did Mansa Musa have multiple wives? Historically, records such as the Arab scholars, etc., mention that Mansa Musa traveled with large entourage, including dozens of wives and concubines. Though specific names and numbers vary, it's generally agreed that he had multiple wives, which was also status symbols. So people be like, he just want to have these women for status symbols. If you do the research, that's what I be saying. This is what I be saying. Y'all, a lot of y'all really got to research more, fam. Or you need to subscribe to Cosmic Mind UV because I'm doing the work for y'all. You know what I mean? So people showing off polygyny, you know what I'm saying? I get it's gonna be the modernized way, but it is actually a status symbol. It says it's generally agreed that he had multiple wives, which also a status symbol showing wealth, influence, and political alliance. So polygyny again is way deeper than just, oh, he got a bunch of women. But you know, my bad. Your brain got to go beyond that type of shit. Did his wives help him rule the empire? Did his wives help him rule the empire? Within the culture and traditions of Western African kingdoms, royal women were often political allies. That's why I keep saying you not just being sponsored and taken care of, and you coming in not to do shit. You feel me? Even in monogamy, y'all look seeing that shit, right? So okay, wives of kings were often from powerful families or rival clans, making marriages a way to what? Secure alliances and peace. Mansa Musa's marriages may have helped unite regions, strengthen control, and bring political stability to the empire. Look at that shit. Influential advisor. So polygyny helped them get more united. Ain't that some shit? Influential advisors. In traditional Mali society, women could hold respected advisory roles in royal courts. Empresses and royal mothers were often uh, consulted on matters of succession, governance, and diplomacy. Cultural and religious influence. Wives of the emperor helped maintain royal customs, religious life, and court culture. They influenced education, Islamic practices, and women's affairs within the empire. So it wasn't just him having a bunch of women, they was actually vital pieces to what the fuck was going on. The power of royal African women, even if not always recorded in text written by outside observers, which we know who that usually is. African royal women historically played key roles as what? Economic managers over estates and markets. That's why I say you got to be an asset to this shit. You would say this is how much women have been dumbed down to just think you just gonna bring yourself and that's it. Educators of royal children and future leaders, spiritual anchors guiding the moral and cultural life of the palace. That means the morals and all of that shit went only as high as the women, the examples the women were showing. Why this matters today, overstanding the power and presence of Mansa Musa's wives, overstanding the power and presence of Mansa Musa's wives, breaking the myth that African women were passive or unimportant in leadership, highlights the value of strategic relationships and unity in building empires, encourages Black men and women today to build together, not separately, in leadership, wealth, and legacy. All right, y'all. Let me see what the comments. We got comments flying in. Salute the Emperor Star. Should take you far, no matter where you are, baby. We are at war, and we can be soft as this. We can't be soft at this juncture. So why are so many of us offended by truth? Matter how it's no matter how it's delivered. Yeah, thank you, Empress. Gratitude, Empress Star. She'll take you far no matter where you are. Like I said, who you with Wednesday is coming through. You know what I'm saying? To do what it do. Who you with Wednesday is coming through to do what it do this week, man. We gonna let the truth speak as all fucking ways. You hear me? Um, yeah. This is another great show, man. This is it for today as far as this show is concerned. We got a couple more shows coming up. And guess what? Cosmo, you be.